Loop 11, 18 March. Last night, I lied to ask my engineer friend. This morning, he just told me that Hart is a former engineering student. He was my boyfriend since he was in senior year. Now, he's an engineer at his father's company. Tal explained with a serious expression as I walked him to the school building. He's probably very rich, and he seems to have an uncle who is a police officer with a high rank. At the faculty, there is a gang of engineers who are friends with this guy, and there are other groups that are also part of them. That's a gangster. They should stop messing with college kids now. He sipped the iced coffee in his hand frustratingly after he finished talking. Last month, Mai broke up with Hart because of his flirtatiousness, but he won't let Mai go. It must have been a shame for him to be the one who was dumped, so he interferes with Mai and any men who are involved with her. Mai tries to find someone who can protect her. She's secretly talked to many men, but still hasn't found the right person yet. She said that people who only approached her because of her appearance. Nobody looked at her the way she wanted to. Paul sighed. This is the reason I want to help Mai. I feel sorry for her. She's actually a kind person, but unfortunately, she met hard. So, what should we do? I looked at the basement of the building that was now silent. This should be the time Paul goes to ask Mai to be his girlfriend, but it won't happen in this loop. Well, Paul turned to look at me. But we have the advantage. We know who he is. Okay, I'll try to find a way to help Mai. Now, what I can think of is to find Mai a new boyfriend, someone who has enough power. I tried to think of my friend who is single and has connections in the police industry. Paul made a face as if he was thinking of something. Wait here. Paul rushed to the right. I looked at him suspiciously. The next thing I thought I saw was Paul walking toward a young boy who was reading a book. Paul went to steal a bag of candies Art was holding and walked back to me, chewing on candies. I burst out laughing. This time you pretended to steal your friend's snacks? Last time I pulled it away. You said it wasn't smooth. Paul ate candy and handed some to me. Do you want some? I picked up the coated peanuts and chewed. This is the first time that I had eaten something that Nog Art had choked on several times. Eat slowly. It'll stick to your neck like art. It's okay. Tal laughed. What do you want for lunch? Steamed rice topped with chicken? Khao man kai? Yeah, sure. Have you listened to the song called Khao man kai? Tal looked at me from the corner of his eyes. Yes, I had. It was so old, perfect for old people. You see, Tal has started playing with me. I put my arms around his shoulder and laughed. Don't get old then. Since when did you change your taste? Black Fang's voice whistled before the door of the residence room was open. Tin, answer me! I turned to look at the female doctor, Fak Fang, who was aggressively breaking into the emergency residence room. What do you mean? I asked her, even though I know what Fak Fang is talking about. You! Fak Fang dragged another chair and sat next to me. The rumor, is it true? What is rumored? I continued to type on the computer, the freaking slides that I've redone many times, and I'm too lazy to count. You eat boys? Wow, that's a hideous word to use. I turned to Fak Fang. Where did you hear that from? It's a rumor from one person to other people. They've gossiped about you right now, saying that a boy came to deliver food and water. You two are holding hands together as well. Fak Fang sighed in relief. But when I saw your attitude, I was relieved that you've probably been pranked. I've been in a curious mood for a couple of days. I dreamed that I saw you come and ask me to take you on a date with a guy. You. I held Fak Fang's hand and made a serious face. It's true. Fak Fang looked at me calmly. What? I nodded many times. Eating boy is true. But Fang's reaction was so fun to see. She acted like she was going to faint. What? Let me see! I smiled widely and picked up the phone. There was no need to waste time looking for his pictures because his picture was already on my lock screen. Fak Fang saw it and screamed quietly. Dean, why are you doing this? Huck Fang's facial expression seemed down. You're the only remaining real man that we have left. Why can't you change? Let me ask you back. What do you mean by real men and not real men? I turned and continued to edit the slides. Since I was born until now, I still feel that I'm a real man. If people ask me what I am, I'll answer clearly that I am a man. This is the gender that I am, and now I like men. You can call me gay, but it doesn't make me feel that the man in me is diminished. Got it? Fang opened her mouth. Yeah, got it. You said it for so long. Because I want you to understand me. To be honest, I'm not an anti. No matter what you choose, I will support you. Fang patted my shoulder loudly. But I would like to take the confirmation from you and spread it out. I'm going. Bye. You came here for this. Fang hurriedly walked on her feet excitedly out of the room. I let out a long breath. I don't mind people knowing about my relationship with Doll. If they ask, I'll answer honestly. I have no reason to hide. I don't care who has prejudice because it doesn't change the fact that Doll and I are lovers, and I love Doll more than anything. And then the morning of the 18th of March came. Woke up in my bedroom. I was able to finish the slide before the afternoon shift. I had time to come back to sleep at the condo. Now it's 6 o'clock in the morning. There are 2 more hours before I have to present, following with my shift. I turned to look at the person who was still sleeping beside me. He'd come and never returned home. I lifted my hand and gently touched his cheek. I knew that he came to be with me like this because he was afraid, afraid that something will happen to me. I woke him up again. Paul moved and opened his eyes. Then I realized what I should do. I hurriedly took my blanket off and walked over to the cat that was drinking water. I picked Zebra up and he groaned loudly. He was probably surprised and asked what you did, human. I put him down on the bathroom floor and closed the door. Then I went back to bed. Paul sat up sleepily, his hair stacked out cutely. Good morning. Sorry for waking you up early. I have a presentation today. I walked over and sat on the edge of the bed next to Tal. Tal nodded his head. So gay. Tal raised his hand to rub his hair and reached out to pick up the phone on the table. Today. Yes, today. I reached out to shake his hand. Tal stared at the date on his phone without any blink. Today, no one will die, right? No one will die. There won't be any incident that Hart calls Tal to meet at the basketball court again. I clenched his fist tightly to send confidence to him. We will survive together tonight. I will exchange shifts and come back to stay with you. No one will go out until the dangerous time is over. I heard the cat pounding on the door. This time there was no cat to stop me. I stared deeply into Tall's eyes, trying to convey my desire to him. I love you. Tall stared back at me still. I couldn't guess what he was thinking, but he didn't back down when my face was drawn closer. At one point, my lips touched his lips. It felt warm all over my body. Tall accepted my kiss calmly. He closed his eyes and kissed back softly. Our kiss only takes a few seconds and it's done. I stepped back and looked at Tall, who now opened his eyes to look at me. He grabbed a pillow near him and threw it on my face. I didn't even notice. Oh, I kissed a man. Saul shouted as if he was unable to accept himself. I picked up the pillow from my face and jumped on him until he fell onto the bed, this time both hugging and kissing cheeks and forehead all over. Saul tried to push me out and screamed as he tried to turn away, but it didn't really work. I teased him until he tried. Get used to it. I rubbed Saul's hair as a finishing touch. He looked at me angrily. I'll go take a shower. I have the work to do. Get lost. Doll threw a pillow right over my head. I laughed and slowly got up out of bed, walked over and released the cat that gnawed the bathroom door until it almost fell off. Zebra ran out of the bathroom and looked at me madly. Feel refreshed, as if the battery was fully charged. I can steal a kiss from Doll. How cute he is. End of loop 11, 18 March.